What's going on, guys? It's Andy here. Welcome back to another episode on Painfully Honest Advice. Love making videos like this. Love investing in the stock market. Love investing in real estate, cryptocurrency, you name it. Anything to build passive income. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and break it down. Share with you guys how to best invest $10,000 right now. Now, I'm going to go ahead and focus on a ridiculously growth strategy to go ahead and invest this $10,000. Now, in my opinion, this is everything I'm doing in my portfolio. So guys, this is not financial advice. This is purely how, if I had to start over again today, I would invest $10,000 right now for ridiculous growth and ridiculous returns. But at the same time, there's going to be a lot of risk involved as well. So use this video as a basis for knowledge, but do your own research in regards to anything that I talk about investing into. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. There are going to be, in total, 3 different pies that I like to go ahead and invest in if I had $10,000 to start off with right now. The first pie is going to be probably the pie that you would expect, and that's going to be with stocks. Now, here's the thing. Investing in the stock market, when you have $10,000, you want to go ahead and focus on investing in companies that you believe will outgrow the market. In my opinion, what I would go ahead and do is, out of the $10,000, I would go ahead, take $5,000 of that money and go ahead and invest it in this stocks pie. Out of the $5,000, I would purely focus on growth stocks that are the industry leaders in their space, or stocks that are disrupting the whole sector or the whole industry. Another way to look at this is to invest in stocks that are rule-breaking companies. This is something that the Motley Fool talked about, is investing in companies that are rule-breaking companies where you can get higher returns. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys the stocks that I would go ahead and invest in. Basically, in total, taking $5,000, I would go ahead and invest in these 6 stocks. And this is purely my opinion. But I would take 1/3 of that money and invest it in Tesla, because I believe Tesla is one of the best plays right now to go ahead and invest in, and I haven't seen anything better because they're focused on diversifying in many different areas. Tesla's working on the whole energy sector. They're making their own batteries. They have many different vehicles coming out. They're also working on robo-taxis, full self-driving, the semi-truck, and many other vehicles. Along with that, they're working on robotics as well. So I believe this company is really focused on innovation. They're focused on just growing and diversifying in the different sectors out there. So I would take 1/3 invested in Tesla, and then the other 2/3, I would probably go ahead and break it up in other rule-breaking companies or companies that are really disruptive. Some of the companies that I like to go ahead and invest in is Square, which is a company that I believe in with Jack Dorsey at the helm. Also, I like NVIDIA in the semiconductor space because the semiconductor industry currently has a shortage, and NVIDIA is going to be able to play that for the long haul. So I believe this is another growth company. Coinbase would be the next company that I would go ahead and invest in with the $5,000, because I like the whole crypto space, and as far as the barriers to entry, Coinbase makes it the easiest for any new investor to go ahead and get started with. Additionally, I would go ahead and maybe invest in a metaverse play, and the one I would invest in is Roblox, because I like this company. I've been investing in Roblox for a while. They're already in the space. They're one of the leaders as far as when it comes down to the metaverse. You can actually go to concerts in Roblox, and I believe as this company grows and maybe they can go ahead and introduce play to earn features, they're gonna be one of the leaders in the space in the long term, and I see huge growth potential with them. And then lastly, the 6th one I would invest in, this is probably the riskiest one out of this whole sector, or out of the 6 stocks that I'm talking about here, and that's going to be with Rocket Labs. Rocket Labs is a competitor to SpaceX, and they're the second best company in my opinion when it comes down to the space sector, and this sector in my opinion has a lot of growth potential. So with Rocket Labs, they've actually had over 21 successful launches, and that's only second to SpaceX. And SpaceX, if I could invest in them, I would, but you can't, because they're not publicly traded, and you got to be an accredited investor to go ahead and take advantage of any of the series funding that they have. So Rocket Labs, I do really like this company, and I believe as more and more people turn to the whole space sector, this company is going to do extremely well. But this is where I would go ahead and put $5,000. Now, just out of transparency, I do want to go ahead and say that the strategy here would be a long-term strategy, meaning holding on to these stocks for at least the next 5 years, if not the next 10 years. That's the focus around how I would go ahead and invest $10,000. This is not going to be a day trading strategy or trading anything basically less than 5 years. But that's going to be the first 5,000. Now, the next pie here is going to be where I would go ahead and invest $4,000 out of the 10,000. So that's going to be in the cryptocurrency space. Now, in regards to the space, I'm going to go ahead and break it down into blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies. Basically, those are going to be companies that are going to be a little bit safer, in my opinion, in regards to the whole cryptocurrency space. So these are going to be basically the cream of the crop when it comes down to cryptocurrency, and these are going to be blockchains. So they're going to be bigger technologies that people and developers can go ahead and develop on. So I would take $3,000 out of the 4,000, invest it in the blockchain technology, and then with the 1,000, I would invest it in the metaverse place. So in total, I would invest $4,000 in this space. Now, some of the companies that I like around the blockchain technology are going to be probably some of the major companies that you've heard of, but my top picks here would be with Bitcoin. I would certainly invest in Bitcoin and probably put $1,000 in Bitcoin and then split up the rest into Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot, Chainlink, and Cardano. Those are going to be the plays that I would invest in for the blockchain technology. And these are the plays and some of the plays that I have in my portfolio. Now, additionally, the remaining $1,000, I would go ahead and invest it in metaverse plays. And the two plays that I invest in that I personally really like is going to be the Sandbox, which is basically another version of Roblox, but with the Sandbox, the developers of Sandbox have been around. They've been in the gaming sector for a very long time. This company has been around for a while now, and with purchasing land in the metaverse, that's what the Sandbox does, where you go ahead and purchase land, and then you can go ahead and develop any type of game on that land. And there's only so much land that you can buy in the Sandbox, and there's no more that can ever be created. So just like there's land in the world, there's going to be land in the metaverse, and Sandbox is one of the leaders in this space. The second company in the metaverse I would invest in would be with Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity is like Pokemon, where you can go ahead and play the adventure mode, where you can go ahead and fight monsters. When you win, you actually win real money in a form of cryptocurrency. So it's a play to earn game where you're actually playing this game, but you're earning the cryptocurrency in the game, and then you can go ahead and transfer that over to your Gemini wallet or to one of the other wallets out there and actually convert it to US dollars. So you can actually be making some money playing video games now, which is awesome. And that's why I like playing Axie Infinity, and I got into the game. However, it does take a lot of time. So I've tried to control myself because I get addicted to games. And with Axie Infinity, you can also battle players, and there's a leaderboard space, and they have different tournaments that you can go ahead and do. And every time you win, when you battle players, you can also go ahead and earn cryptocurrency. And the cryptocurrency is called Axie Infinity, but the one you earn in the game is called Smooth Love Potions. And basically with those potions, you can go ahead and convert those over to AXS or Axie Infinity's token, or you can actually just go ahead and transfer them over to your Gemini wallet and basically convert it over to US dollars. So love playing this video game, and because they are one of the first players in the play to earn feature, that's a huge advantage for them. There's a lot of players, there's over 1 million players at this point that are playing Axie Infinity, and I believe because they're the first to market, just like Pokemon, they are gonna always have an edge. So this is one that I am investing into myself, and this is part of what I would go ahead and invest in with the $10,000. So what we've talked about so far is $5,000, investing that into stocks, then taking $4,000, investing that into cryptocurrency, and then the final $1,000. This might be a bit of a cliche, but I would say to go ahead and invest in yourself. Personally, I would go ahead and invest in books or invest in knowledge. Basically, the more knowledge you have, the more books you read, the better you'll be at doing all the other things, meaning investing in the cryptocurrency space, investing in the stocks space, or investing in real estate, or investing in whatever it is that you're extremely passionate about. At the end of the day, it is going to be about knowledge. The more knowledge you have, the more returns that you can make over time and learn from other people's mistakes by reading some of their books. I have some books right here that I personally love. Benjamin Graham has a great book which is called The Intelligent Investor. Plus I have some other books here. I believe one of them is The Millionaire Next Door, The 4-Hour Work Week, Rich Dad Poor Dad. There's so many different books out there, but knowledge is power at the end of the day. And the more knowledge you have, the more that you can go ahead and get higher returns from the returns and learn the effects of compound interest and just learn in general how to grow your money and learn from other people's mistakes at the same time. So I know that's a little bit of a cliche, guys, but that is where I would go ahead and invest the $1,000 into. But that is gonna be basically how I would recommend anybody that's starting off with $10,000 to go ahead and check out. Like I said, this is exactly how I would go ahead and invest $10,000 if I was to go ahead and start investing in some of these spaces right now. But I'm gonna leave it at that for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of content. Love making videos around the stock market, around investing, making passive income over cryptocurrency. So if you like any of those topics, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below. And all I ask in return is, if you don't mind, smashing that like button. But I'll leave it at that. I'll see you guys at the next one.